Hi, Robert Wiedmeyer. We're here in Washington, D.C. on Pennsylvania Avenue at my restaurant Marcel's. Marcel's named after my father and my son. The cooking style here at Marcel's and my other restaurants is very French-based. I'd worked in France, I'd worked in Belgium, and most of the techniques are French-based, and we use a lot of French products. I love French cheese. I'm very much of a Francophile. So we're very excited to be here, do this today, and we're going to go up in the kitchen here shortly, and we're going to start cooking. I'm here with Chris Watson, chef de cuisine at Bravo Restaurant in Alexandria, Virginia, at Kimpton Hotel. Today we're going to be cooking a dish, or preparing a dish of Camembert cheese from Ile-de-France. What are you doing today, Chris?
Well, this is a dish we like to do at Bravo. It's very simple. It's served with a grilled baguette, Ile-de-France Camembert, Bing cherries from Washington State, finished with brandy, tarragon, and butter.
So this is a very simple dish someone can prepare at home.
Absolutely. Just a few ingredients. It makes the cheese shine on the plate. It doesn't overpower it, and it's very, very simple to do.
So it'll very easily show up the nice creaminess and texture of this great Camembert.
Absolutely.
And all the milk comes from that day from the the cows in Normandy. Within 48 hours they have that milk and they're making the cheese.
Yes.
So Napoleon was the one that christened this cheese. So it's a very old cheese that's got a great creamy texture, and we're going to taste this dish that you're going to prepare. Excellent. So let's get started.
Terrific. Our ingredients for our dish are sliced baguette, Normandy butter, extra virgin olive oil, sugar, brandy, tarragon, Washington State Bing cherries, Brittany salt, Ile-de-France Camembert, all tied together with Banyuls vinegar. Okay, so now we're here at our stove and we're going to start preparing our dish. Our first step is to take our sliced baguette, brush it with some extra virgin olive oil, touch it with a bit of our Brittany sea salt, and place it on the grill. We're going to mark this good on both sides. This gives our dish a bit of smoky flavor, and it toasts our bread nicely. Okay, now we're going to start our cherries. The first thing we're going to do is add a touch of our Normandy butter to the pot. We're going to let that melt. We're going to let this melt and get just a touch brown to bring out the nutty flavor of the butter. Okay, you see how the butter is starting to foam up a little bit? We're ready to add our cherries. So from here, we'll just add our cherries and let them cook down a touch. Just move them around in the pan a little bit. Let the butter coat them. Yep. We're going to be cooking these cherries for about a minute. We want them to start to glisten. You see how they're really starting to glisten, and they're starting to soften just a touch. So now it's time to add our sugar. So we're going to add our sugar, and we're going to let that caramelize. See how the sugar's starting to melt? See the glaze that's starting to form? Probably about another minute, and the sugar's going to start to brown. So from here we're starting to get the first bits of caramel in the pan. The cherries are starting to break down. You can start to see that the whole butter-sugar mixture is starting to turn red. Caramelize nicely. From here we're going to add our brandy. Now you need to be very careful when you're adding liquor over a flame, because it will tend to flame up. See now how it's deglazed nicely? All of the sugar has been removed from the bottom of the pan and it's starting to make a sauce-like consistency. Okay? Let that cook for about 30 seconds. See how it's starting to get nice and thick? From here we're going to add a touch of Banyuls vinegar. Banyuls vinegar is going to bring the acid out of the cherries, and it's going to just round out the sugar and cherry flavor. And you really start to smell it now. So from here, we're going to finish the dish with a touch of tarragon and just a spoonful, tiny touch of butter. Whisk all that together. Once we've added our Banyuls vinegar, finished it with butter, you can see the consistency of the cherries. Very sauce-like, and we're ready to go. And now we're ready to plate. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place our grilled baguette in the center of our plate. We're going to take our Ile-de-France Camembert. Open it up, look at how nice and ripe that is. We're going to take our knife, cut it right down the center. Separate the two halves. Take one nice long slice. And we're going to place this on top of our baguette. From here, we're going to take our warm Bing cherries, place them right over the center. Take a little bit of our extra sauce in here and just drizzle it around. And voila. Ile-de-France Camembert cheese, Washington State Bing cherries, and grilled baguette. Bon appetit. For more recipes, go to IleDeFranceCheese.com.